Hello everybody, this is Linda DeVitas, host of Healings on the Go with Linda DeVitas. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an author, certified healer. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium. I do Reiki healing, dolphin healing, professional space clearing, candle manifestation, feather healing. To find out more about what I do, you can always find me at healingsonthego.com. Before I introduce my guest, I would like to share a small video clip of her amazing talents in channeling the ETs, the extraterrestrials.
Tata ampa o popo ke iti iti ipi kiti iti kiti ishe pepe e tu po sata impa anta inte e se me ikato upu utu tupa ata e te into po pa ata eto upo kotu utu ti iti ishe ite puto u panta anta ite so kata anta pe e kiti ikutu po o onta a anta e so tinta aka inti I iti ishi kiti tutu shaka pata ante e se me oko utu usho pe etema santa ante eshe me iti ita a santa koto somo oto inta anta inte me somo oto unta inte inti kiti ishite oto sham mahata into upo o dante into esme iti ishikito upo o da dante ente into iti ishanda pada ehu ko somo shotala tamate e se inte inkoto son poro sentara magante onto intashante e meriti ito o somo o sanda e che eto un po uta e se ne Shanto kopo dunda aka inte e don. Oh.
Please welcome intuitive transmedium life transformational coach Kimberly Chapman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Welcome, welcome. You are so gifted. It's such a nice pleasure and honor to have you here. I was looking at the video and it's so amazing how you channel them. Which ETs are you channeling?
Honestly, that was a while back. It was last year.
Wow.
And I was questioning certain things, and then they started coming, and then I channel them, and my partner at the time, he got wind of me doing it, so he recorded that. So that's what you got.
Oh, that's beautiful. You know, there's a lot of fear when it comes to ETs. A lot of people are very fearful. They think about abductions and different kinds of ETs. So what would you say for them?
Well, based on studying and researching and looking through back history and ancient civilization, and what we like label, we call them ETs, we call them aliens. Okay, so back in ancient civilization, they were actually called gods.
Yes.
And it's, to me, if you look at the human race, there's some with good intentions and there's some with bad intentions.
Definitely. They sure are. Yeah. Good and
So
bad and everything.
It's the same with these, I call them highly evolved beings.
Yes, they are.
And some they're here to help mankind and humanity, but there's some that aren't. And look around, it's here too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I find it fascinating in connecting the dots about the positive energy and the negative energy, and the spirit guides. Some call them angels, some call them spirit guides, celestial beings, highly evolved beings.
Yes. They're here to beam love into the planet and help us evolve. Especially now what's going on, they're presenting themselves more because they're trying to heal the earth. I'm more familiar with the Pleiadians and the Arcturians. Have you seen any of them, like with your own eyes?
No, but I felt them. I feel like I have channeled them, in the past. I just, with my experience, I'd have to begin in, how this all started. Yes. I started asking questions, and then, because I was at a point in my life from going through many variety of abuses since childhood into my adulthood, and being in an abusive marriage, not one, but two.
Wow.
So I was just like, what in the world is going on? Why am I here? Is this all there is to life?
Right.
And I really didn't want to be here. But then at the same time, I was expressing my authenticity of wanting and seeking and desiring the truth. If there is a God or talking to the universe, I was like, show me the truth then.
Yes. And when you channel them, do you understand what they're telling you? Or it's just words?
It's been bits and, like, I get words here and there, but it doesn't make a complete sentence.
Right.
So it's going through feeling and discerning, okay, I feel a masculine energy, my voice changes. If it's a feminine energy, it's a more of a softer tone. So I'm recognizing that. And it's a wild ride. Let me tell you, I can't make this stuff up.
No, of course not. And you're very gifted. God bless you. You're really good at it. You poor thing. I know with channeling, like when I channel, it takes a lot of your energy. So I can imagine how you feel, because they're also from another dimension, and it's totally different.
And their frequency and vibration is very higher. Because when you're in the spirit realm, the frequencies and sounds and everything is totally different than being in this low dimension and being in this human being. Because we're all spiritually divine beings. And we're sexual beings inside of a human being. It's like our soul and the pure essence of who we are is inside of us, but this is the machine.
Right, right. Do you know what kind of messages they're trying to give us? Like, what are they trying to tell us?
From my understanding and what I've gathered, and I have a wonderful and amazing mentor that has actually started translating their language. But when she gets the information, they're coming in so fast, and then she's trying to speak in the English.
Wow.
So
It's
she
amazing.
goes, it's just coming in so fast, I can't keep up. And she's like, hold up, kind of thing.
That is so
But
funny.
what I've gathered, there's not just myself, there's others that when we channel them, we're trying to heal. and raise our consciousness and reveal the truth.
Right.
So we can raise our consciousness because we're all energy. Everything is of energy.
Yes.
And it's emotion, energy in motion. So if coming from a 3D, three-dimensional to fifth dimension, 5D, I look at it this way. The best way I could describe it is when you get a camera, like we have our iPhones, so we go into the camera to take a picture. So that's like 3D. But then if you go to the panoramic view,
Right. That's
you
true.
can expand what you see.
Exactly.
So it's just an expansion.
Exactly. And there are a lot of false beliefs that aren't real about them. So they think that, who knows, people have different perceptions of the extraterrestrials, and most of it is not even true. Like,
No, and that's, to me, like, it was all planned
right.
to deceive. And from my understanding, we all have the truth inside of us. We're spiritual beings having a human experience.
Exactly.
To experience in life and to remember who we are.
Which is the planet that you channel the most? Is there a specific one?
It comes and goes. The one that I'm more drawn to is the Lantinians and the Sumerians of ancient civilizations. It's not just ETs. It's ancient civilizations that were also connected to these highly evolved beings.
Wow.
Because they came down. And that's how civilization was created. That's how language was created. Mathematics was created. Agriculture was created. The economic system was created.
Exactly.
So when you ask the question, it's like, ask the right question, it'll lead you down. I feel like I went into a rabbit hole, like, the ancestry DNA.
Yes.
It's like when you start on the spiritual journey, it's like going down a rabbit hole.
Exactly. And what are, like, one misperception that people have that's not even true?
That there's only one God.
That's right.
Based on the I would say the Bible, and the in the religion aspect of things, there you have to go back in history. There's a favorite quote that I just came across in The Stage of Time by Matthew LaCroix, and I'm giving a shout out to him. Thank you so much for your research. It's a quote from David. He goes, "If you do not learn your history, you are destined to repeat it." And on my show, and what I'm trying to put together is, we have history, we have science, we have spirituality, but we also have the limited beliefs, the mental programming, and the emotional energetic traumas, and it's all connected somehow.
Right.
But in order to understand why we're here and why we're experiencing what we're experiencing, and it's like we're living in the past. It's just different time period, but it's the same thing. And that's what I want to awaken people and educate people on. Look at the patterns, look at the cycles. You could go back in history and get to the root, and then we can wake up and realize, wait a minute, I'm done with this program. I'm checking out, and then get into what could be for all of us.
Exactly. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Welcome, Kimberly. More on the ETs, how very fascinating they are. And they're making more appearances. They're showing themselves more. Have you noticed? More people,
Yes,
more sightings?
I have noticed, and I've actually seen 4 like UFOs pop up and
Wow.
present themselves to me like 4 times
Wow.
in my lifetime.
Wow. Are you ever scared that they're going to come and take you for a little ride?
No, I would like that.
Really?
I mean, 'cause I'm the curious type, you know, and I feel like they're hesitant to meet me because I would just talk their ear off. You know, because I would have all these questions, and so I feel like they might be hesitant. Like, no, not yet. We're not ready for her yet.
I think they're coming little by little so they don't cause national panic, because everyone's going to freak out if they really come and show themselves. I think so.
Well, and that's because of the media. That's because of what we were told.
Right.
But I know there's some people that have been abducted, had an experience. Sometimes I've heard some people that have actually had like astro projected.
Wow.
And visited them.
I've had an experience with them too. I used to get a lot of experiences at nighttime when I would go to sleep. They would come in very weird, like I felt like I was thrown into a dream. If I was half awake, half asleep, and then I felt them around me, and then I felt like they were beaming me from my chakras. They were probably trying to cleanse me. And then when I was trying to move, I felt like I was tied down and I couldn't even talk. And then I would just pretend like I'm sleeping, because I remember being half awake, half asleep. And then they would leave me alone. I was like, get off me. I would freak out. Yeah.
Okay, so this is, since you mentioned that, now something's coming to me.
Uh-huh.
There is, with the Anunnaki pantheon, there was 2 brothers. There's Enki and Enlil. And Enki, from my understanding, wanted to they were going to create human beings, and his brother Enlil did not want them to have too much consciousness.
Wow.
He wanted to keep them under control, like be submissive.
Wow.
And Enlil and Ninhursag were like, no, we want to let them be greater than us, to have knowledge and wisdom and be able to do things. And they did a little magic, and voila, the human beings were, and they knew. Like when they woke up, they saw and had knowledge. And Enlil was very angry about that.
Wow. But the weird thing is, when I was getting that experience all the time, the only way they used to leave was when I would put the sign of the cross. And then they would leave me alone. Was that the bad ones trying to get me?
Well, here's the thing. So Enlil made it his mission to keep the human beings suppressed. Now, the one thing that Ninhursag did was with the chakras to help us So when you said that about your chakras, you felt like they were messing with, they were trying to
Clear me.
decode and unplug your chakras.
Yeah, they sure were. And they would freak me out the way they would come, because they wouldn't come in a calm way. They would come very aggressive. I felt like
Yeah,
their long fingers, like they were like tying me down. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even get up. And then I remember just forced my hands together and made the sign of the cross, and then they left me alone. Or I would hum Jesus Christ, and they would leave. That's why.
Well,
Yeah.
because we have the Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
It's just, we're so, because of these human beings that do not have the best interest, that are deceiving us, that want to keep us in a lower vibration, a lower consciousness. They keep us distracted and into other things instead of helping us evolve in our consciousness to a higher ascension. Because the higher vibration, and the one thing that I can share is that because we are connected to this planet energetically.
Yes, of course.
The earth even has chakras.
I'm sure there's a lot of things that exist that we don't even know about.
And you know what? If we all would stop and start asking the right questions and do our research, and you'll get the truth is in us. It's waiting for you to ask the question, the right question. And what would be that right question? Well, first off, ask yourself who you are. Who am I?
Exactly.
Why am I here? What is my purpose?
That's right. We're on it. We're on our journey to experience our soul. That's how I see it.
Well, the soul is the greatest expression and gift. That with this, you have a lower self, a higher self, and the highest self that's connected to a greater intelligence that's a part of you and a part of everything else.
Exactly. So I don't know who those beings were. I don't know what kind they were, but I just remember them having long fingernails and strapping me down. So
well, I would say if you feel if they do, like with your instance, you didn't feel good when they showed up, that's a sign. So if you know that and you felt that, then you take your power and you tell them, go.
Yeah, but you couldn't talk.
No, but you can talk in your mind.
Yeah, well, that's how I did get rid of them. I said, Jesus Christ, and they disappeared.
See, you use your power. Take back your power, and they can't do anything. But if they sense your fear, your energy of fear that you're projecting out, that's when they're gonna. But if you say, don't mess with me, get out.
Yeah, they haven't come in a long time, but they used to come quite often. And the way I sleep is I always put a huge selenite stick by my bed. So I noticed for some reason they don't like selenite, so that's why I keep it with me. Because I don't want any disturbances. So that's how I sleep all the time, with my huge selenite, and I always have it on me. So they disappeared for a while. Not to jinx it. I don't want them coming back. Well, those kind, because they're just a little bit aggressive. That's what it is.
And they're trying to, unplug the chakras, keep us suppressed, trying to, and that was Enlil's thing when Inky did what he did to help mankind.
Right. So
and it's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. History keeps repeating itself between the division, the wars, and fear.
Do you feel like what kind of type that was? Because I don't know all about them. With the long fingers, are those the Greys? Because I know the Greys are probably like that.
I don't think the Greys have the long finger nail like that. They have long fingers, but I don't think they have the nails.
No, it was the fingers, long fingers.
Okay, then I have long fingers. It could be possible.
Who knows? But anyway, it's just the way they came in. It wasn't like a warm thing. It was kind of a freaky thing, you know. Not being able to move, they're just aggressive. Anyway, it's okay. You know, there's good and bad in everything, in humans too. So, but
Yeah, there's positive and negative. So we've been operating in so much of the negativity energy, the negative energy for decades.
right.
And now there's a shift about to happen to where more positivity.
Yes, and that's why they're coming in too. They're appearing all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones are your favorite ETs?
I don't really call them like ETs. I just call them your highly evolved beings, very intellectual.
Yeah.
But it's the Lantinians, thought. Those are the like what I'm drawn to right now. Even the Lemurians. I want to say Clarions. They're from Clarion.
Wow.
I have a connection to that, so I'm like still learning and understanding. And some of them that I'm hoping, you know, I think this is like gonna come soon. I don't know when soon is, but I would love to have the experience of going to, you know, the Egypt, Peru, and all those ancient civilization places and actually channel their language.
Like I went to the Bermuda Triangle and they said that during the December months, there's like a hole where you can actually leave the universe at. There's like a hole there. So they said during that time, the ETs come and visit too, because it's very open and the energies, they just come right through. So they stop
like
the
a portal.
ships. Yeah, the portal. So during December, you can't go through the Bermuda Triangle. Do you channel them every day?
Go to Bermuda, you know, so many people have disappeared.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
But I would love to go to Peru, Machu Picchu. I want to go to all where the pyramids are, because it's very significant about how they were created, why they were created, connected to the solar system. And we're connected to the solar system.
Yes, we're all one. Exactly. Do you want to tell the people watching how certain beliefs differ from your own? Like, if you can give an example?
Well, the thing about it is like when we come in, we're babies, then we're kids, and then we're taught our parents' beliefs. They just pass it on to us. Then there's, you know, the society, and then, of course, the religion, and then you're already being programmed. So how do you discern what is true and, you know, what, okay, that's your belief. Is this my belief? Is this true for me? Does it resonate with me?
Exactly.
You know, when you start questioning your beliefs, that is a key that, hey, you might want to check into something here. There's probably more to this than...
Have you ever got that experience where you felt like they were over you and they were trying to clear you?
Not clear me. To me, it's like when they start coming through, it's someone taking a taser gun to me.
Wow.
And based on their frequency vibration, it goes up in volume, and sometimes it can be so intense. And I try to hang in there as long as I can.
Wow.
But I have to, like, can I get a timeout, please?
Wow.
Can you time out?
You poor thing.
And I get it's a very exhausting and draining, but they have profound messages.
Yeah. Can you tell us one message like they've told you?
I'm trying to, like, when I'm channeling them, I just started recording them, and my boyfriend has recorded them. There is something with the solar system. If it's that one that you shared, something about the solar system, and I started using like a sign language of some sort.
Oh, wow.
And the solar system, the chakras, it was like something going to take place and align, repair, and heal.
Wow. Awesome. We're going to take another quick break, and after the break, we're going to open up the lines. If anyone wants to call in and ask Kimberly any questions, feel free. We will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We're on with Kimberly, and we're talking about the extraterrestrials, very highly evolved beings, and how she communicates with them. She has a lot of talent in bringing in a lot of her gifts to speak through them, and she's step by step. It's a puzzle, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and sometimes, like I noticed, like when I do coaching, there have been times where I channeled the language, and people feel things. They feel it in their chakras. A lot of it is in the root, the throat, the heart. Some of them felt something in their crown, their third eye.
Yeah.
In their solar.
I believe that a lot of people have them as spirit guides as well. I know this kid, he's like 18 years old, and he had one of the extraterrestrials as one of his guides. And it's funny, he was drawn to beams. And I told him, you know why you're drawn to it? Because I see it next to you. You have a highly evolved ET, as I call it, right next to you. And he's like, oh, wow. And he was always fascinated by them. So I believe that, they do come into Earth, and, they try to communicate so they can come in and help us. They say that Earth is the most dense, most negative planet from the whole universe, but now it's ascending to the 5th dimension. So little by little.
I don't think it's negative. It's just because we have the crystals, we have the quartz, we have like natural resources that's into the Earth.
Yeah.
So it is the most resourceful planet. And that's why there's other beings that are drawn. But the thing about it is when they created us as human beings, it was just something that I feel like we're connected to the planet.
Right.
And if we take care of ourselves and start thinking differently, and kindness, and people have a misconception about love too. And I try to teach people that love's already inside you. You have to experience love, just like you have to experience spirituality. It's not inherited, it's discovered.
Exactly. That's for sure. So what is the next step? So do you channel them more with your hands, or it just comes through a certain way, I guess?
It comes in a certain way. It's just like when I could be talking to you,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'll get hit, and I'm like, okay, and I'll talk to my higher self, my soul guides, because it's telepathic.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what's going on? What you know?
They're trying to
what are you
talk to you.
doing? Yeah, and I'm like, okay, you got my attention. I say, okay, you got my attention. What's up? You know, and I'll be talking to you, but I'm talking to them,
In your mind.
and I'm like,
yeah.
and then as we're talking, I'll get key words to pay attention to, and I get hit more. And I'm like, okay, there's a message. And then I'll say, okay, you've got a message for them. And then I'll tell you, hey, they got a message for you. Are you open to receiving? And we just go through the process.
Yeah, that's amazing. You should do readings with them.
I started to.
Good, because that's good. A lot of people would be interested, I'm sure, especially when they have. Just a quick hello to Kendall, Ria. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining the live Healings on the Go with Kimberly and Linda today. So we're talking about extraterrestrials, and a quick question on how is that planet called? Anunnaki. So
Well, Anunnaki is the highly evolved beings that came from the sky. Or
okay.
they say the heavens back then. But from my research and study, they came from the, I guess, 9th planet, Nibiru.
Oh. Okay. So how do you feel about them? Because some people think it's a negative one, some think it's positive. I don't know.
Well, there's positive people and negative people.
Yeah. But I mean like the planet. Because some they say are known for more dense, like they're different dimensions. Some of them, like the unicorns, I know they're 10th dimension. Pleiadians, I don't know what dimension. Like what dimension is it on? Do you know? That's what I mean. Not like it's all negative, because there is good and bad in everything. I mean like the frequency,
Oh, the frequency?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, it's hard to explain when you're experiencing it.
Yeah.
I can't say, okay, what frequency number am I on?
No, I know.
But I'm paying attention to, there's the 111, the 222, 333, all the way up to 9 frequency too.
Yeah.
Then you got the 432. You got, there's like so many, it's hard to recognize.
Right. Just because some, they feel like it's like the Arcturian's supposed to be the top, then Pleiadians. So that's what I mean, like the rank. I don't know about which rank it is. I had someone ask me that. That's why I'm asking you, because you know better than me. But I don't know what rank they're in.
All I can tell you is I'm not sure about what, because how can I explain it? Okay. It's like cultures, different species. They have their own little tribe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm communicating with them, it's one at a time, and it's just to give a message.
Yeah.
It's not to condemn, it's not to degrade, it's not to bring you down.
Right.
It's more of encouragement, healing, and love.
Exactly.
And enlightenment, like you get an aha moment.
Yeah.
Or you have a self-realization moment.
Do they come in groups to talk, or just like one by one?
Sometimes they come in groups, but I tell one at a time, guys. One at a time. I can't get all of you.
They don't want to talk to you. That is so funny. Yeah. I know when I channel, when I do candles, it's usually one at a time too. Yeah, definitely. So they say some of them have the little guys, some have the tall guys. So they're all a bunch of them, all mixed up together. And their messages, I believe, is to come and heal the earth and try to uplift us, Through mankind, a lot of things have been pollution, this and that. So they're on a higher intelligence, that's for sure. And you're very connected to them, obviously, because that's why you tune into them. You're one of them. Like they just sent you here.
Well, that, and I'm learning. It's like I'm remembering because I've been here so many times.
Yeah.
You know, my soul never dies. It just comes into a different form, a different body, and you know, there's a good book that I ordered, and it's Dying to Be Me from Antoinette, and I got this from Dr. Wayne Dyer because I read his books. And she says something so profound when she had a near-death experience. Mm-hmm. She went out into the spirit realm.
Wow. And
she goes, past lives and future and present are like parallel. Past lives are parallel. Wow. They're like simultaneously. And she goes, the beings that, you know, she saw and everything, and it was just totally different. They told her, you're going to be healed. She only had 36 hours to live.
Oh, wow.
But she changed her energy, that healing energy. She knew she was healthy. She went back into her body, and she goes, I know I'm healed. I'm just waiting for my body to catch up.
Wow, that's amazing. Here's a question for you. Kendall is asking, what is their universal purpose?
What is the universal purpose?
What is their universal purpose? He's asking.
He's asking?
Yes.
Well, that is a very good question. To live and experience life.
Right. Okay. I hope that answers your question, Kendall. If it didn't, you can call us or you can text in the little box and let me know. So we're opening up the lines in a little bit, but so what other things we can, just something that we didn't know, can you share with us? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things we don't know, but just like a little brief.
Well, I just, I talk about Thoth. He was a Lantinian, and he's also Inky's son, but he wrote the Emerald Tablets.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And this is from Billy Carson, the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, and Billy Carson actually translated. He studies the cuneiforms, and he actually took the time to write this book about Thoth's, perception of what he wrote. He actually wrote in his own writing. He didn't have a scribe or somebody else to do his writing for him. Oh, Thoth actually wrote his own stuff. So that to me is incredible. But it's interesting to find out, even when he talks about going into Amentes, going into this dark place.
Wow.
And the chambers that are in the pyramids back in those times. This is what I'm learning from my channeling, what they're showing me. I get downloads, and then all of a sudden this information comes to me, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is this? And I'm like, oh my God, this makes sense. I did not know this.
You're discovering it little by little. Exactly.
Yeah, and little by little. And if they came to us and just zapped us with everything, we would be probably too overwhelmed, and it would probably traumatize us with knowing all the truth at one time.
Awesome.
That's why it's called a journey, discovery.
Hello, Anne and Ria. Thank you for your comment. She said, have you seen aliens in your dream?
No, but I've seen their ships.
Oh, wow. You really did?
They're like, there's many different ones. They're not all the same. It's like they have different models. And,
Exactly. They're all different. Do you think that if you told them to come down and show themselves, do you think they would do it?
Oh, I've been asking them to.
Oh, you have? And they, like...
And only if they're of the light to help me on my purpose here. And if I have a connection with them. Those are the only ones that I want to talk to and communicate to help me help you.
Exactly. So she said, thank you, Anne. She said, I never thought about aliens. Very interesting. Yeah, she's very gifted. She knows how to speak with them, communicate with them. Amazing. Let me see any other questions now. But basically, the ETs I never dreamt of, but I did feel them, like I said earlier, around me, and those were just a different kind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing like, I've never seen the other kind, like the really beaming white light or the real advanced ones yet.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come visit.
Well, I find it fascinating because, I'm on some Facebook groups and, there's drawings of, people that
Have seen them,
I
yeah.
guess we perceived the idea what they look like and they drew them and they're very beautiful. There's green ones, there's purple ones, there's blue ones. They have, and what's funny to me, not funny, but what I find very fascinating is they have somewhat human features. They have eyes, a nose, a mouth, some of them have hair, some of them don't, they're bald. And, there's males, there's females.
If anyone would like to call us in. 516-945-9099. We would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, give us a call. So when you feel them around you, do you feel electricity or it's just that they start talking through you?
Oh, no, I feel the electricity. That's like my little hint or my nudge that, hey.
Yeah, that's what I feel too when I channel. Ria said she finds them fascinating. Well, they are very fascinating. That's for sure.
They are. And to think that they, all along in history from, the crops, but when you have, even in the United States, there's drawings of beings. There's, the pyramids, and then, all these other caves that they're discovering, even in Africa, Turkey. There's all these amazing places that I'm like looking forward to going to see for myself. I've never been out of the United States, but I always was fascinated about other countries. And when I saw the pyramids, I was like, whoa, wait, something's up with that. I feel something. And, I get curious. I'm like, well, I wonder if I was there in a past time. Which lifetime was that?
Some people are afraid of them and some people are not. So it's just how they talk about them. Oh, they're going to come get you. They're going to do this and that. So,
well, it's, and I question this because my research, I'm like, okay, some of the ones that have been abducted and haven't come back, some of them, they have had, they were pregnant and then all of a sudden they weren't, kind of, and they knew, like they felt something was there. So I question, I'm like, well, are they abducting people, human beings, that it's like a radar kind of connector kind of thing? They come and get them, and are they actually working on another civilization in another dimension on another planet?
Wow. Yeah.
That's what I ask. I'm like, why is, what's up with that? Are they building another human being? Because they have been in the past.
Exactly. That's for sure. So
and I'm like, are they waiting for us to really, like, the war in the Ukraine and everything that's going on, all the violence, all the hatred, all the racism and everything, is it going to come to an end and then they already got another civilization ready to come down?
You never know, right? They're up to something. For them to keep coming around, they're definitely curious to see what we're dum-dums are up to.
It's like, why not stop this nonsense? There's no need for racism. There's no need for hate.
Exactly.
Why not, start getting along? Because then it just takes, one act of random kindness.
Exactly.
Smiling. And, why not time limit the news that, because the news media and all that stuff is all negative. You're just feeding into the cancer that's spreading all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
Why not just limit, what negativity that you accept into you, because it affects you as well.
Exactly. That's for sure. Especially when you hold a lot of toxic energy inside. Well,
and you wonder why everybody's acting the way they are.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did me a favor. They were coming. I felt my chakras going up and down, up and down. So whatever they did, they were clearing me out. Even though I was fighting them. I was like, get off me. I couldn't even talk. It's so funny. But that was a while ago, yeah. So
Wow.
I don't know why they came. I think, I don't know why they came like that with me, but I guess, there's just, who knows. If you get anything, you let me know.
Oh, I will.
They come in more aggressive. Maybe because, they think that, some people won't, they just, they want you just to go into, what they did was while I was like laying down, they would throw me in a deep sleep. And then I was like dreaming something. So they're just trying to throw me off just to kind of align me, I guess. I don't know what they were doing. Hi, Mickey. Welcome, welcome. So.
Well, if they were truly of pure intentions, then I like, why be aggressive?
Yeah.
Why not communicate with me to say, hey, do not fear? Because I've heard that in so many other scriptures. Do not fear.
Wow. Well, yeah.
Do not be afraid.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
We're here to help you.
Yeah, I wish they said that. Then I would have calmed down. But they gagged me. I couldn't even talk.
But then I would question, okay, since they didn't do that, they weren't of good intentions. They were trying to steal something from you.
Yeah. Exactly. That happened
To
to me
hinder
twice.
you.
Thank you, Michelle. She's so sweet. She said, we're loving the show. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Everybody, if you would like and share, that would be awesome. So they were, I don't know what they were doing, but I'm glad they haven't come again. My selenite is batting them away.
So that's what, I mean, I know I'm going to probably meet them. I don't know when, but I have a lot of questions.
Yes.
There probably really hasn't, like, we don't want to hurt yet.
When you bring one in, just take a picture.
I'm like, hey, can I get a selfie?
That is so funny. Oh my God, that's hysterical. So if anyone would like to call, give us a call. We only have a couple more minutes on with Kimberly Chapman. She's an amazing channeler for the Extraterrestrials.
And ancient civilizations.
Yes. Awesome. So where do you see yourself going with them, like in the future? Anything?
Hopefully, I'd like to experience going to these ancient civilizations and actually speaking their language, like channeling them and me speaking through them.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen because you're already doing it. Yeah, you'll just become better and better.
It's different when I'm there because I look at the Q&A form writings. I don't know how to translate them, but I feel like I'm not meant to try to translate in that way. But then if I go where they're at and physically see it and feel them come through me, they'll show me. And then I can read it and speak it in their language, but they're channeling through me of what was actually written.
Wow, that's amazing. So if someone wanted to find you, they can find you at wakeupwithkc@gmail.com, or would you like to share anything else, like where they can find you at?
Well, they can go to my website as well, wakeupwithkc.com. I have my podcast and my virtual YouTube channel on there. And I'm putting together an event. There'll be a virtual webinar.
Oh, nice.
I'm putting a coaching program together. And I'm going to finish writing my book.
Okay, awesome. And anyone that would like to find me, you can find me at healingsonthego.com. It was such a pleasure being on with you, Kimberly. Amazing experience.
Well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, everybody, thank you all for joining and have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in with us.